My name is Karen Liu, and thanks for the opportunity to talk to you about, well, I guess because the size, I just decided to make it more interactive session instead of a presentation, just go through the deck. So just let me know if you have any questions, just stop me anytime. Okay. I guess, can I just ask you a few very quick questions? How many of you know Jack Ma? Great, thank you. How many of you know Alibaba? How many of you know Alibaba Cloud? Thank you. Yes, actually, I know Jack is the owner of Alibaba Group, and of course, he is one of the founders of Alibaba. Alibaba owns the two largest e-commerce platform in the world, actually, with more than 500 million customers for the e-commerce, online shopping, and with the ecosystem, not just the shopping experience. So Alibaba Cloud actually was born from Alibaba Group because of the technologies, because of the security features we implemented for the past 18 to 19 years in order to support our e-commerce business. Very similar history as AWS from Amazon, actually. So with that experience, we were able to share the technologies. We support our own business unit to the business communities outside of our group, not just in domestic China, but overseas as well. That's why we actually launched our cloud business in the global market 2 years ago. And my responsibility is to help the company to develop the market in American region. This is including North Americas and Latin countries. So we actually, I will talk about a little bit about Alibaba, the overview. If you have any questions, again, stop me anytime. I try to make it more interactive. And our CDN network, global CDN network, our footprint, our technologies, and especially our securities in terms of how we help our customers to secure their content delivery network globally, and overall capabilities, our global footprint in terms of our CDN network to support a low latency, large scale of streaming businesses and media services. So if you look at Alibaba Cloud overview as one of the major cloud provider over the past 8 years globally, we actually offer 4 lines of services from infrastructure as service, platform as service, and software as service. Just like as the other major players in the marketplace. And of course, we offer public cloud services, hybrid cloud services. We also offer the private cloud services. And especially for the content delivery services or media services these days, it's all cloud-based in China. If you look at the latest Magic Quadrant, we're actually ranked as number 4, the largest cloud provider in the world in terms of the market share and the revenue. So this is a very high-level overview about what we do and who we are. This is actually our global footprint. If you look at our global footprint, we operate in 19 regions globally that pretty much cover all the major markets in the world. And in every region, we have multiple AZs, availability zones, to provide a redundancy and resiliency to our customers, especially for the high availability needs to support those enterprise clients for their global cloud requirement. And in US specifically, we have our presence in Ashburn, Virginia to cover the East Coast, and Santa Clara, California to cover the West Coast. And in Asia Pacific, we have a footprint pretty much in all the major markets. We're the only cloud provider by far in Dubai market, actually. Inside China, of course, we have the most regions to cover everywhere in China. And on top of the cloud regions, we have more than 1,300 CDN nodes. 1,300 CDN nodes, the largest CDN network in China, to pretty much cover all the tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities, if you are familiar with China. And we also operate the Chinese version of YouTube, the video network, called Youku. And in China these days, everything is on video. Everything is digitalized. So to support more than 500 million customers of us, video is extremely helpful too for us to reach out to more communities, to provide more mechanisms for them to promote their business, especially with the e-commerce business. So again, I try to make it more interactive. So if you have any questions, stop me anytime. This is our global backbone network, which supports our CDN network, the streaming experience. We have our own backbone, 10 gig, 100 gig wavelengths connected with all the data center nodes, with the network nodes. We also work with our partners, the carrier partners globally, to form a very resilient network to support our CDN network. So if you look at the footprint, is pretty much cover all 6 continents in terms of support the streaming business. Next one is our security and compliance. We often call ourselves a security company because over the past 18 years, running 2 largest e-commerce platform in the world, we pretty much experienced everything you can think of in terms of the hackings, the DDoS attack, everything you can think of. And that allow us actually to build up a very strong security technology stack in order to support our own business, and then share that technologies and share that ecosystems with our partners, with our customers. So security and compliance is always our top priority in anywhere we run the business, including the streaming and CDN network. Especially with compliance, we are actually support the data portability in the cloud under the GDPR, which is going to be implemented 2 weeks from now. I think it's May 25th or 23rd, right? And we're the only one complete the C5 compliance process as a major cloud provider. So that's demonstrated our commitment to the data security, privacy. And in every country, we run the business in terms of cloud and CDN streaming business, right? We have our local compliance team to work with the local business communities, the government agencies, to make sure we're complying with all the regulatory system from different verticals and with different communities. Any questions so far? Okay, this is just share with you how the live streaming business in China looks like. This is the data I pulled from South China Morning Post, which is also part of AT&T Group, the Alibaba Group. And if you look at in the past 6 years to 2018, the live streaming market size in the sense of billions in yuan, which is RMB, the Chinese currency, has grown from 2 billion to almost 30 billion. And in the next 2 years, it's going to grow to 45 billion RMB, yuan, Chinese currency. So that's the growth rate for live streaming. If you look at, as I mentioned earlier, with our more than 500 million users over Alibaba Cloud platform, all the online, offline shopping experience, all the entertaining experience, all the YouTube, Chinese version of YouTube, we call Youku customers, they all heavily relied on the streaming business to run their daily life these days. And all the small business, especially small and medium business, they are already get used to use a video to promote their product, to promote their services. So in China, I'm not sure if you're familiar, we're Alibaba. There's a business unit under Alibaba called Alimama, which is the largest digital marketing platform in the world, not just in China, because of the size of users, because of the size of the customer base, and Alimama is actually heavily relied on live streaming to run the business. So this is just show you how the live video streaming is touching every aspect of people's life these days in China, in the digitalized communities. So this is not just including shopping, entertainment. By the way, we also run the largest entertainment group in China called the Ali Wenyu Group. And education is another industry heavily relied on the live streaming right now, and enterprise services, digital marketing, social and communications, everything, every aspect of people's life these days is heavily relied on the live streaming. So how we support our customers and how we be part of the major, be part of this economy as a major player for the medium services. This is a very quick overview about our media services. So through Alibaba Cloud, everything is running on the cloud platform. We offer actually very comprehensive sets of media services for different kind of video and audio applications. So we offer end-to-end medium solutions with in-cloud services and with a kind of full stack of client SDK support. We also manage the services with the service level assurance, SLA level, with 3.9 availabilities for our streaming services. And you can either choose pay-as-you-go or you can choose monthly, yearly billing. It's a very flexible commercial arrangement as well. Depends on the customer needs and it depends on the seasonal needs. Sorry, I should put on to the next page. And we also actually deeply integrated our CDN network capabilities into the medium services, and of course with other Alibaba services, including digital marketing, as I mentioned earlier, including the entertaining capabilities. As I mentioned earlier, we're actually working with, for instance, Hollywood studio for the music streaming business, for the film asset business as well. We also actually heavily engaged artificial intelligence technologies into the audio and video, especially video codec technologies, to be able to manage the applications in a way. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
What do you mean by media services? Is it like packaging, transporting kind of services?
I'll show you in the next slide if you, okay, yes. So this is just an overview about, the highlight of our medium services, and the next couple of slides will show you, what's included in our medium services. For instance, our stack is called Apsara. I'm not sure if you heard about the Alibaba Cloud Stack. It's called Apsara Stack. So we actually provide Apsara video for medium processing. And the features included, for instance, the high quality of transcoding services, the multi-bitrate services, and the narrowband services, for those low bandwidth applications through the low bandwidth channels with the high definition applications. And the video file editing and manipulations kind of technologies, and also with the AI video understanding, with the content encryptions and the digital rights management protection services. So with all those features included in the medium processing technologies, we're able to help our customers to save up to 20 to 40% of the bitrate applications. So I'm not sure if this gives you a high-level ideas on what we do in terms of the medium services. I'll show you a couple of case studies in the following slides. So this is one of the examples for narrowband through the low bandwidth channels with the effect. You can see the difference between the pictures on the left side and on the right side. And this is also another product inside the medium services package with the absolute video, live video, basically. So with the live acceleration streaming technologies, we're able to provide our customers with the time-shifting kind of experience with the online viewers. Basically we can in the real time calculate how many simultaneous viewers at the same time for that streaming experience. We can give you the streaming status feedback, make it more interactive, make the live streaming experience more interactive with the audience, and through our low latency global network, as I mentioned earlier. So basically, it's a full integration of the CDN technologies with our absolute video live streaming technologies. We also provide the smart global traffic management portals. You can see just distributions of the streaming components and how many visitors to different edge servers along that streaming experience. Oops, sorry, I was talking about this slide. Any questions on this?
Which codecs do you use there?
Honestly, I'm not a product manager, so I can't answer those very product-related questions. My apology for that. But if you can send me the email or just LinkedIn, and I can get my product manager to reach out to you and have further discussion. Okay, I'll move to the next one. It's actually it's the video on demand technologies also fit into the absolute video technology. So how do we offer the video on demand experience to our customers through different components of this product flow, from the ingest, from the transcoding, storage, distributions, and playback. This is also probably, we can dive deep later on if you're interested with our product team and solution team.
How many companies are currently using your stack?
How many companies? In China, it could be in, I don't know, close to a million, big and small business. So in China, we have close to 2 million paid customers. And of course, there's 2 million including global customers. But primarily, I would say 90% of our customers right now is in China.
So I know there's a limited number of companies in China that have a license to do OTT video. Is it just for those companies, or it's a very different use?
It's very different use, not only for, you're right, actually, it's a very regulatory market, right? There's only licensed OTT providers, but there's a lot of companies around that ecosystem that offer the video enhancement experience that will work with them as well. So it's not just the streaming company, the content company itself. Yeah, good question. Thank you. So the next one is actually the verticals or the use cases. We can show you like live OTT companies, the entertainment verticals, the short video communities. Especially short video is very, very popular these days in China. Everyone is sharing their videos. I'm not sure if you're familiar with a couple of companies very popular like 今日头条, which is the Chinese version of today's headline. If you translate, everything is on video. There's some text headline news, but I would say 80% of them are short videos these days. The other one is called Douyin. It's a shaking voice, or it's pretty interesting name. and 100% is on video. Everybody can upload and share. It's like a videoized Facebook or Instagram experience. So, and also the sports broadcasting. Everything is no longer on TV. Everything is on video. It's all digitalized, and the gaming broadcasting. And of course, for the community safety and the corporate use, civilian video is also very popular. We provide a lot of civilian video services to the enterprise clients in China and globally as well. So those are the major verticals we offering the medium services to our clients. So this is, oops. Okay, so this is just give you an idea on how the large-scale, low-latency live streaming solution works. With the live center, if you look at here okay, it doesn't work. With the CN2 network, with the different regions globally in Singapore, Japan, US, with Germany, we offer the live centers for over the cloud for the CDN live streaming experience with the CDN edge nodes. As I mentioned earlier, globally we have more than 1,300 CDN nodes, the edge nodes. And of course, a mass majority of that number actually in China. We acquired Chinese version of YouTube called Youku 3 years ago and was able to extend our footprint from 700 plus CDN edge nodes to 1,300, almost double the size because of that acquisition. And how do we do the real-time processing, transcoding, and snapshot recording, DRM, time shifting, and auditing over this live streaming platform? And this is just a high-level kind of solution stack for you to be able to get a high-level idea. If you need dive deep, I'll be happy to connect you with our product team. So I'll skip this one. This is pretty much the echo for the previous slides. And this is the global coverage for our CDN network, as I mentioned earlier, was 1,300 plus edge nodes, covers 6 continents with our global backbone network. Carries more than 90 terabytes of contents these days. This is actually the real-time log analysis and monitoring we offer when we provide the medium services and solutions to our customers. So through this portal, actually, this analysis interface, customer has the visibilities on the resource usage over the statistic data. For instance, response time, the number of visits at ISP basis. They can also see the ranking by access for the QBS by domain. And they can also have a data to analyze the hotspot. They can also look at the API usage for different components of the services. So this is the 4 lines of analysis and monitoring tools we put into place along with the streaming service. This is the highlights for our CDN network, who is the infrastructure for the streaming, the medium services. You can see the real-time monitoring. As I mentioned earlier, we can do the quality of service, QoS, based mapping with different components of that data through the monitoring system. We offer the low latency routes with the TCP optimization with the self-learning mapping algorithms we build into the solutions. And of course, this is for better security features with always HTTPS, and we offer full lines of WAF and anti-DDoS solutions. Especially, those are the two critical components for any e-commerce business, the retail business, right? Especially with the web application firewall and anti-DDoS. So those are pretty much very regular, and also the critical components of our cloud-based CDN network. Any questions for this? Okay, I'll move to the next one. Is how do we do the live streaming in US and China especially? And just give you a couple of a very high level deep dive. When we say deep dive, it's very high level illustration on the live streamings from the latency perspective, from the different technology components perspective. How do we have RTMP to CDN and then to the player through the HTTP plus the FNL technologies. And again, this is very technical related to the product. If you need to dive deep, let me know. I'll connect you with our technical team. So a couple of use cases to share with you, our customers. This is actually, there's a program in China, very popular. I didn't watch that game or the show myself, but I know it's very popular in China. It's called Millionaire Hero. It's actually, so far, it's the most popular nationwide interactive live answer game. It's gaming, right? So simultaneously, there are more than 3 million audience in one virtual live room to watch the game, to answer the questions, to be interactive with the virtual stage. And they play this. This is actually hosted by 今日头条, which is I mentioned earlier, is the Chinese, very popular Chinese medium called Today's Headline. And they broadcasted this at least 6 times live, one day per day. And so it's a huge challenge for this customer from technical perspective to synchronize the audios, the videos, the audience experience with the different topics. It's all real time. So we were able to help these customers to ensure the audience experience with the low latency platform over our CDN network by adopting our live streaming technologies. Okay, yeah. So I know time is up, and there are other 2 use cases. And again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. My email address is Karen.lu@alibaba-inc.com. Thank you so much.